Market update here on the 2nd. So we're finally starting to melt up. They faked out the bears this morning. I woke up probably around like 2 or 3 in the morning and I saw futures were down 0.7%. And I wasn't really that worried, but I was kind of wondering what that move would be. And we did end up coming down here to 392.36. I would say most likely that this is a B wave, but it could be a 5th wave as well, although the structure looks more corrective to me. So I think that either way, it doesn't really matter which one. I think that we're doing an ABC move up to probably like 406 to 408, probably down in around this area right here. That's my base case, sticking to it. I'm long Apple right now. I'll just follow the market until we get to my sell point. And by the way, I bought shares this time instead of options. I'm finding that the shares are just so much easier and you have to put more money down, but overall the options right now in the market are just so, unless you're like scalping, I don't even really like trying to trade them right now. So I'm just doing shares and then I sell options. But anyway, getting back to this, I think that we got to hit at least 400 and then we could potentially back off and then go higher. But more than likely, maybe come up here to the top of this. And best case scenario, expanded flat would take this all the way up to 406. So let's see what happens. Apple looks more like a 5-wave move to me because this extends a lot farther than this. And so I think that Apple is, thing is, on both charts, either way, it's probably an A wave. So if it's a 5-wave move, if it's an ABC move, it's probably the A wave. Could be the start of the downtrend of a 5-wave move for an expanded flat, but I don't see it based on all the other charts. And so I'm leaning towards this being A, pullback B, and I would look for a minimum of 150, I think it's 150.50 on this, and potentially all the way up here to 152. So Apple's got a little ways to go. Let's go over Tesla. So Tesla was down pretty big after their investor day, but just doing exactly what the chart was saying. I talked about coming down here to 186, 187, hit it almost exactly. I think this is the most likely path going forward. Bounce for a B wave and then get a C wave down here to maybe like 170. And then zooming out on the 4-hour time frame, I think that after that, this will only be ABC. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Because if you follow my video where I think we're going to melt up into the summer, I think that Tesla has a good chance of coming down here to 170 and then melting up to like 280 and then selling off. So that's Tesla. We got Apple, SPY, and let's go over the dollar and then QQQ, and then maybe I'll do one after the market closes. The dollar came to pretty much exactly where I was talking about. Again, let me zoom out here. My mouse broke, so I'm using my keypad mouse. B wave comes up here to 105.18. I'm looking for like 103.30 on the C wave down here. That's the 1.61 fib of this A wave, but it could also just only come down to maybe around 104 as well. If you look at demand zones on the daily, if we're looking down here below this, I think around here is a good area, so that's right around 104. So I wouldn't be surprised if you hit 104 going into, I mean, the speed of this move right here though, we might come down here and then bounce and go even lower and then go higher. So this C wave down might not be the final correction down based on we have like till opex, in my opinion, before this is going to actually start going higher. Let's go over QQQ. So QQQ, my target's anywhere from 300 to 304. Came down here, hit this demand zone at 288. And so I'm looking for a bounce potentially all the way up here to this supply zone around 304, but also around 300. I think there's a supply zone on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, this right here around 300. So not a huge bounce, but I think it's like a 3 or 4% bounce. But we come up here, we should see an ABC move lower. And I'm looking for like 276 or so, something like that. And that should be going into April opex. Right now, that's what I think. So that's it for now. Just look for this to keep on melting up, in my opinion. And we'll see. Maybe I'll make a video after the market closes if anything changes. But that's my game plan. I'm long Apple again. I'm long a little bit of SPY as well with some 3 times bull ETFs. And yeah, I sold some puts as well. So we'll see if it keeps on melting up or not. But that's it for now. I'll talk to you potentially after the market closes.